God is the source of all things. Everything is alive. Everything is a living being. Everything is a part of the same God, the same whole, the same consciousness. God is the creator. God is the source of all things. Everything in this universe is made up of God, is made up of source, is made up of the same energy. It's made up of the same, it's all part of the same whole. God created the universe because everything comes from God. Everything is God. Everything is within God because everything's in the first dimension, which is oneness, which is wholeness, which is God. Everything is within that. Everything else is just God expressing itself or himself or whatever the words. It's not really something that the human mind can understand. But there is infinite universes within God, and there are infinite galaxies within each universe, and there are infinite solar systems within each galaxy, and then there are planets within those solar systems, which are all living beings. The planet is a living being, and human beings are living beings on the living being, which is the earth, right? We are living beings, and the earth is a living being. We are on the earth. The earth is evolving right now. The earth is shifting into a new dimension, into a new timeline. The earth is making that shift right now. So the human race is being forced to awaken to the truth. The human race is being forced to raise its vibration, because the earth is raising its vibration. The earth is shifting to a new timeline. It's shifting to a new dimension. There are infinite dimensions within the first dimension, but with the first dimension, everything is one. Everything is God, everything is source. And this is why it's important to not take things so seriously, because number one, we're here very temporarily in the speck of cosmos and speck of time. Our home is with God. Our home is with source. Our home is pure bliss and love and happiness. That's where we derive from. We are made up of that same energy. It's within us. It's contained within us. You access that energy within your heart space. That's where it is. That's where it sits. That's where it rests. Your heart space. So you have a soul. You have a soul signature within the source. So think about it as source is an energy, a stream of well-being that flows through all things, also known as God, also known as being, also known as consciousness, right? This source, think of it like the ocean, and think of each living being in the ocean is a water droplet in the water. You're a very small piece of the puzzle, but you're still made up of everything that God is made up of. If God is the ocean, or if the water in the ocean, and you're a water droplet in the water in the ocean is made up of water droplets. Therefore, you are made up of the same thing as God is, which is source energy. God is source. You are source because you are part of source. You are connected to source, and you access your connection through source through your heart space. That's where you access it. You can never be disconnected from source. That is a part of you. That is a part of you. What's up, baby? This is my dog Nova. I just got her a couple weeks ago. I love her. I appreciate her. I love you. I appreciate you. Don't take things so seriously. Man, sometimes that happens. Sometimes we take things way too seriously. We get attached to the problem we're facing. We get attached to the situation we're having. We get attached to what's going on in our life, not realizing that it's such a small period. It's temporary. It's temporary. New doors are opening up for you. Changes are being made behind the scenes. God is working it all out for your good. Everything's working out for your good. Oh my goodness. Everything's working out for your good. Because God is good all the time, right? Because God is a source, a stream of well-being. Some people may ask why. So if God is real, then how come, allows bad things to happen? Well, number one, nothing's good or bad, and everything's neutral, and it's the human mind that labels things as good or bad. Number two, the universe is completely neutral. It has a light and a dark, a yin and yang, a right or wrong, good, bad, right? Those are just elements, light and dark. Everything has its equal opposite. Everything has its equal opposite. So we all have a light side and we all have a dark side. We all have a light side and we all have a dark side. So And I like to use this analogy. It's called the rubber band effect. The rubber band effect. Because the further you can pull yourself into the darkness, that you allow yourself to pull yourself into the darkness, the faster forward, with more momentum, you're gonna spring into the light. So if you've been going through something right now, if you've been having a very difficult challenge, and if you've been facing some problems, some issues, some complications, some conflicts, if you've been facing those things, your breakthrough's right around the corner, because you're a rubber band that's being pulled back into the dark right now. Your rubber band is being pulled back into the dark right now, and you're about, as soon as you let go, life is going to take care of you. God's going to take care of you. The universe is going to take care of you. But you got to let go of that rubber band. You know, I think a lot of us, we attach our self-identity with our problems. We think we are our problems. We think we are our current situation, and that's us holding on. That's us holding on to the dark. That's us holding on to the dark. But once you let go of who you think you are, and allow God to guide you, allow Source to guide you, allow your guides to guide you, allow your higher self to guide you, she's really excited to go out there. Then you let go, and then boom, you spring right into the light, full speed, at record speeds. And now once you're in the light, you're in your vortex. And when you're in your vortex, you're creating your reality. You can create whatever reality you want. But it's by letting go of, maybe it's your problem, maybe it's your situation, maybe it's your identity, maybe it's who you think you are, maybe it's a belief system that's holding you back. They're just beliefs. You don't have to believe everything that you believe. Thoughts are just thoughts. You know, thoughts are living beings that live within us. So it's like we, as the earth is to us, we are to our thoughts. Our thoughts are living beings. They are entities. There's even entities that are attached and clinged onto us based off the different situations we've been, based off the people we've surrounded ourselves with and the places we've been in. And all of those things are entities, are beings, astral beings, or thought forms, energy forms that are connected to you. And you can let go of that as well. You can let go of that as well, because thoughts grow, thoughts multiply. But they're not you, you're not your thoughts. And I think that sometimes we cling ourselves onto our thoughts. We cling ourselves onto our identity. We cling ourselves onto our beliefs. But remember this today, you don't have to believe your thoughts. Your thoughts only have power over you if you believe them. There are thoughts that you want to let go of, and there are thoughts that you want to surrender to, because thoughts create. Everything in this physical reality first manifested as a thought, first manifested from God. God manifested the different perspectives of the whole, which created us, our soul signatures. This is where souls were born, and there's this place where souls came out of, coming from Source, to then go express. And the souls came from Source, came to express individual perspectives of the same Source, of the same God. And now with those unique perspectives, we go through different challenges, and we experience contrast, because not everything is sunshine and rainbows. We experience the good and the bad, the light and the dark. And through our evolution as beings, as spiritual beings, we incarnate ourselves into different bodies, into different planetary systems, not only just on Earth. Earth is a spiritual school, and it has been known that Earth is the most challenging spiritual school, because it is the most challenging because of the problems and the fact that we forget that we're spiritual beings. When you go into other planetary systems, you actually can remember who you are. You remember your multidimensionality and realize that you're much more than a human being. You're much more than a physical body. You're much more than a name. You're much more than your situation. You're infinite. You're connected to Source. You have everything that God is made up of, you have within you. You have that power. You have that power. It is the Source, it is the flow, it is the awareness within you. It's the awareness within you. You're made up of Source energy. You can experience whatever you want to experience, but it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to experience obstacles along the way. You're going to experience challenges. You're going to experience setbacks. It's not going to be the easiest road. You have different beliefs that are holding you back. You have different thought patterns that are holding you back. You have different associations in your environment that are holding you back. But that's just a perspective. They're not actually holding you back. It's just part of your journey. It's just part of your process. It's just something that you needed to learn. As beings, as consciousness, as different perspectives of the same whole, we pretty much experience everything. This is what Dolores Cannon said. We experience everything. So not only are we experiencing this human body, but we've experienced probably multiple other human bodies or bodies in other realms and other planetary systems. Even beings like dogs. You know, that's really far out there for a lot of people. It's really far out there. But if you think about it from a standpoint of God is everything and everything is made up of God, then that means God is also this car and God is also this dog right here. Therefore, it's not the body. Like, we're perceiving the body, but it's not the body. That's just a meat suit. That's just an avatar suit. It's what's in the body. What's in my body is a soul. It's a spirit. It is energy. It is source. Same this within this dog. We're both made up of source energy. We're both God. I love this dog like myself because in one perspective, we're just both God, right? You know, the gentleman behind me, he's got his dogs with him. We're both made up of the same source energy. Treat others like you would like to be treated, man. Like, treat others like you would like to be treated. Why? Because everyone else is just your mirror. It's just your mirror. You see in others how you see yourself, and others see you how you see yourself. You know, I think a lot of times the human mind likes to put the blame, and it points the finger at other people and say, you know, this is that, this is that. When you can take full responsibility of everything in your life, knowing that you're the one that created it, that's when things are going to change for you. It's not about your environment. It's not about your situation. You created that. You may have been given that situation, circumstance, but it's you clinging onto that situation that's keeping it in your life. You're holding on to it, saying that this is me, this is how I see myself, this is my problem. When you say I have a problem, that's you identifying with the problem, which is you focusing on it, which is you giving it power. Okay? When you say this is temporary, this is a situation, this is just part of my journey, this is just an experience, you know, it doesn't have that much power over you. And if you completely disregard it and just focus on what you want, it doesn't even exist. Everything exists, but what exists for you and your reality is based off what you think about. Okay? Because everything's out there in the field, in the ether. Everything that you could ever imagine, the things you couldn't even imagine, are out there in the field. And as the earth raises its vibration, as the collective raises vibration, we now are able to access higher vibrational downloads and information. It already existed. Now think about it like this. Everything in the universe exists already. Everything that ever exists and ever will exist. But there's the foreseeable universe, or what we can perceive, which is based around our vibrational resonance, and that comes in to the field that we are connected to on this earth, which is the ether, which is we get downloads from the collective, right? So as the collective, which is each individual person, each individual perspective, as they raise their vibration, then the collective vibration increases, and we're getting downloads not only from ourselves, but we're getting it from our higher self or from the higher power. So I'm not sure if that made sense, but basically the thing is, it already exists, but we're becoming aware of it because of our vibration increasing, because it's not only about your vibration, but it's about the collective's vibration, because you were a part of the collective as well. So think about it like this. You're your own unique water droplet in the ocean, but if the ocean's going through a fucking hurricane, you're going to be a part of that hurricane as well on some level. And that's why we're experiencing a lot of this trauma. A lot of these things are coming up, pain's coming up, because there's a lot of fear in the collective. People are afraid, or they're worried, they're not sure what's going on. So even if you're not experiencing that individually, you may be experiencing that on a collective level, which is why you're experiencing it. Okay, and I'm about to go take this dog out because she's whining. But yeah, dude, that's my message from today, man. We may not be God, but we are godettes. We are godettes. We are miniature gods within God. We are source energy droplets of the sun. We are children of the sun. We are children of the moon. We are part of this universe. We are source energy. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.